Last night.
Yeah, no, me and Shrewy went down there this past week, and I don't know, I'm now that I'm not hosting things anymore, I'm gonna be like just snagging people streaming.
Okay. So you're just handing that over to Will, basically?
Yeah, it's just easier for us to work since we like working on for us to work with everything.
Sure. Yeah.
But I'm just gonna be getting going to New York again. I told you the ones about
Oh yeah. You're doing the people start there, right?
it's easier.
I gotta check out that one.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be like up and running more soon. Our next show is December 12th. But it's going to be one of those rooms where I'm literally going to be booking a host that does 15 to 20 and headliners and
Okay.
yeah, I'm just
A real headline.
yeah, I'm just hoping like people like that. I'm happy that you got to start. Girls laughing, I don't think we should get it. That's all we're going to do is start. If you don't feel comfortable, that makes sense. What they are? Oh, yeah, you're ready. It might be old. So just never forget. Yeah. But I guess you gotta feel comfortable. This is the more I
What's up, Terry? How you doing?
Good, how are you doing? Good to see man. I'm gonna just
I've been ready. Brandon, he's here. I think he's outside.
outside right after I called. He's here too. He's down here.
I see Calvin. I saw that.
I'm gonna do. Perhaps a little fun.
Are you gonna go up?
I mean, nobody's here.
Yeah, come on.
Ooh, 10 minutes. That's exciting.
I'll see you.
Said something I'm good, man. I want to apologize to the special one. I truly want to be with you. We can't let our times slip away.
Yeah, I was bringing Charity here.
I feel so
I had to do her earlier. I'm down here, but we're gonna hang out.
something I didn't mean. I want to apologize to the special one in my life. Truly want to be with you.
Oh, airport pop.
We can't let our times slip away. I'll be by yourself.
Cheaper than what they said up there.
I feel so low.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but it's not cheap. No, it's not. Sometimes they get hooked up, but none of those bartenders are here. Yep. Heartburn. Everything gives me heartburn. You going up? Yeah. Yeah.
like treating it like a showcase slash glorifying thing. I don't give a fuck.
So it's gonna be you, Brandon.
Yeah, well, whoever's on the list, that's going up for sure.
Yeah, I got
But I
you.
left a little bit of extra time out there.
Yeah.
So a couple comments. Moose is doing 10. Charity might do 5. Kevin Doherty might do 5. That'll need to cover the whole.
Hey, I don't need to go.
Yeah, it's on you, man.
I'll never, never let you go. You became our existence. It's a part of you that need to know.
Yeah.
As long as I keep my wish, I never ever let you go. I just can't keep my distance. It's a part of me you need to know.
Building as far as he owns the building. Say that. No, I'm already done. I was working hard in Jersey,
I've been waiting just to make you see. Got a lot of ways, but now put some time. I got a lot of things that I want and I'll never take away. Girl, you can be as independent as you wanna be, but I'll be baby. Pick up the phone, I'm right here, baby. Girl, I don't wanna be alone. I've been waiting on you all night. You need my love, baby. Pick up the phone, I'm right here, baby. Girl, I don't wanna be alone. I've been waiting on you all night. You need my love. There's some things in doubt. I've been waiting all day. What you talking about? So many things you don't express sometimes. Why you waiting all day to say something to mine? Oh, baby, I'm never from anything you ever give me, and I'll never take away from anything that you desire. And I'll never turn away. When you come running, I'll be there for you. Girl, you can be as independent as you wanna be. Just understand. Pick up the phone, I'm right here, baby. I don't wanna be alone. I've been waiting on you all night.
Okay, here at another NC17 comedy showcase. Clap it up for yourselves for getting here. And if you know anything about my showcase, it is very filthy. Y'all know what NC17 means? You know, it's a rating. You got G, PG, PG-13, R, NC-17 to X, so it's like right between like porn and like very lascivious HBO. You know, the concept is a lot of comedians, you know, they just have trouble with being wholesome and clean. Like you say y'all comics, right? So y'all, I bet y'all like filthy, dirty, you just cussing out motherfuckers. This is the type of show that you need to be on. You understand what I'm saying? So I created this as a safe haven for the filthy-minded mofos. So clap it up for yourselves being here. I appreciate it. You know, it's a hard sell on Sunday. You got football. You understand? You got the fall. People are drinking like spiced lattes, and they're doing like leaf picking. You know what I mean? So it's difficult. But the focus of this shit is dirty, yo. It's completely fucking filthy. I'm gonna just hop right into it, man. You know what I'm saying? For the last like 10 years ago, this phrase came out, right? Eat the booty. like groceries. You know what I'm saying? Remember that song with Omarion and y'all never get close to me, eat the booty like groceries. You know? My question is, what type of groceries are we talking about specifically? Because not all groceries taste delicious. You can't be talking about Swiss cheese or Thousand Island or sauerkraut. That stuff's disgusting. Unless you put it together on the perfect pastrami Reuben, then it's delicious, man. And I let every single last one of y'all know I eat the booty, I lick ass, I toss salad. But the vegetables I compare to the booty to me is like candy yams, you understand what I'm saying? Sweet potatoes, you know what I'm saying? Soft, sweet, delicious. So whenever I eat the ass, I say I'm going to yamming. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt, hashtag going yamming. Did Jerry tell you this is a dirty show? You look mortified. You're like, oh my gosh. I'm trying. Now y'all just came from church, now you're hearing about ass eating, man. Where do you think they got that from? That was in the Bible got some of the most disgustingest things in the world. They talk about husbands sleeping with wives. They talk about the Pharaoh having about thousands of children. Them children ain't come from nowhere. They came from fucking. That's where they came from. You know what I'm saying? It's very disgusting. Yeah, but it's all in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? They clean the language up a little bit. But it was a lot of freaky stuff going on, man. You know what I'm saying? You had different kings sending out soldiers just to have sex with their wife and get them killed. I know about them stories. You understand what I'm saying? Who was it? Solomon, King Solomon had 400 wives and 300 concubines. You gotta get married that much. One woman is enough. 400? That's right. You can have a different woman for 2 years straight and still not have enough. That's what he had. That's all the freaky stuff that was going on. Sodom and Gomorrah. You know about the story about Sodom and Gomorrah. Y'all know about Sodom and Gomorrah? What happened? Basically what happened, Sodom and Gomorrah was two cities. I think it's like in Israel, the present day or something like that. But basically what was happening, it was so much freaky stuff going on, like orgies and men having sex with men, women with women and animals and stuff. Like God got pissed off. It's like, it's too much. I gotta destroy this place with fire and sulfur. So he down there to warn the people. And what did the people do? They wanted to fuck the angels too, man. It was freaky. And it got so crazy that God took away the sight from the people and they still was blind trying to have sex with the angels. And like I guess whoever the king was at that particular time, he was like, I will give you my daughters. Please leave these angels alone. They still wanted the man angel booty. So yeah, like the Bible's very, I'm just trying to say the Bible's very, very extreme. So don't be judging me just like, I can't believe he's saying all this crazy stuff about eating booty. Like, this is ridiculous. This is disgusting. We got it all from the scriptures. It's way worse, man. It's way worse. Yeah. Nothing new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? Or the moon, what I'm talking about, because I'm talking about the booty cheeks right now. That's what I'm talking about. But I do. I lick ass, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to get back on track. Had to get scriptural for the biblical folks, you know what I'm saying? Y'all either like Unitarian church, it's like various like Presbyterian, Catholic, you understand, Methodist, or just like atheists, you know what I mean, or Scientology, you know what I'm saying? You definitely like a Scientologist, so you definitely. And was the leader of Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard or something like that? Do you know who his mentor was? Aleister Crowley. He's like one of the leading followers of like the Satanic Church. I don't know how I know all this stuff. This is weird that I know these things. You know, like you went to the Church of Demonology. Did you know that King James version, like the King James version, Bob, they also have a King James version of demonology? King James wrote that as well. Yeah, some deep shit. We getting deep. I didn't know I was about to take y'all to church tonight, like this evil, because we in the basement. So it's like the Illuminati. This is the first step of Illuminati. I tell y'all some bad jokes. Y'all look at me like I'm crazy and shit, then I just kill y'all all, but like in a metaphorical sense, we come back to life and then we just be naked. And yeah. But I do. I'm scared to say it because she's judging me, but I gotta whisper. I lick ass, you know. I toss salad, you know, as I said, it's like candy yams, you know what I'm saying? I'm going yamming, I said that, hashtag going, I said that. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all judging me. A lot of people be like, ew, how could you eat the ass? It's nasty. But if you eat pussy, Zach, you kind of almost eat ass anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's mad close. It's like one construction paper thinness between the booty and the ass. So for you eating it from the front, and I ain't talking about you being shy about it, you eating some of them nasty buffalo, I mean them good buffalo wings upstairs, so you're like, fuck that, you got your skull cap on, your diaper truck, you hopping in. Jacques Cousteau, Michael Phelps, the bottom half of your face is in the booty hole, you're getting candy M's on the bottom. And if you eat it from the back, I call this the camel neck because you got the crook in your neck, right? And it's like you're looking through a submarine periscope. It's like, I'm searching for pleasure, I'm searching for pleasure. I'm searching for pleasure. The top half of your face and your nostrils is in the booty hole, you're getting candy M's on the top. Peep the logic moose, candy M's on the bottom, candy M's on the top. What's wrong with a little bit of candy M's in the middle on your tongue? And I know motherfuckers be thinking, ew, how could you eat the ass? It stink, and sometimes it be leaking. What? What kind of ass you be eating, Scientologist, man? First of all, if the ass stink, don't eat it, duh. And if the ass is leaking, she don't need to be having sex, she needs to be in the hospital. Eat ass. Now all y'all judging me, the church tribunal is judging me, you know what I'm saying? Zach's sister, probably girlfriend, is judging me. And Ron Hubbard is judging me. All y'all motherfuckers, the comedians from out of town, y'all definitely judging me. But every single last one of y'all eat fruits and vegetables, don't you? And they use fertilizer to grow fruits and vegetables. Fertilizer come from boo-boo, so ipso facto, we all eat the asshole one way or another, that's all I'm saying. That's how we gonna get it started. It was real awkward. Jerry, why didn't you tell? Where's Jerry at? Where's Jerry Williams? He's upstairs. Oh, he's in the background. Why didn't you warn these people of the? Listen, it ain't gonna listen. I can't say how everybody gonna be. Nc17 is just a marketing thing, you know. Some people gonna be dirty, some people gonna be wholesome, some people gonna be whatever. But I just had to set the tone of how it's gonna be. But one thing I know for a fact, you smiling, so I appreciate that. You gradually opening out of your shell. You know what I'm saying? The bat wings is breaking off, and you starting to be happy a little something. You got the white shirt on. You're trying to be pure, but it's filthy in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking. I cleaned the room up. I'm talking about, you know, you just wore the wrong clothes. You're supposed to wear black. Like he understood the man. He understood. You didn't understand the project. You understand what I'm saying? Scientology understood it. You dressed in black. You understand it. You in black. You definitely understand it. You kind of go. I don't know what you understand it, but you're trying to understand it. And Charity Gregory is dressing all red, like Joe Biden's wife, who voted for Trump. With that being said, we're gonna have a fun ass time tonight. I assure you the show will gradually get better. Coming first to the stage all the way from the Dirty Waters. And he was on the show with me last month. That's why he earned the show this month, because he did his thing. Clap it up for the comedy stylist of Brandon Ness.
How's everybody doing? Woo, great. All right, everybody, give it up for Mo for hosting the show, please. Give it up for yourselves, you know. Give it up for me, especially, though. Yeah, awesome, great. So I'm going to say a lot of filthy shit, right? This is an Nc17 show. So just so we can all get real familiar with each other, everybody close your eyes. And at the count of 3, we'll all say our favorite slur. 1, 2. I'm just joking. 3. So this is an Nc17 show. Unfortunately, some people, your childhood's gonna get ruined. Some of you may recognize me from High School Musical. Apparently, we're not all in this together. Things aren't going right now. But I'll still sing the songs for you, you know, for like $500. Anybody? No? Oh boy. 250. Come on. $50? Fine, whatever. It's okay. I'm the Weekend. If you had to work. Really blinded by the lights. So, I'm going to tell you guys a horrible story, something that happened to me last weekend. A lot of character development's coming into this because I would never talk about this normally. And quite public restrooms for the reason you hate public restrooms, you know. Yeah. So, I went to a strip club. Obviously, with this voice, I'm super straight, and everybody knows that. So I go to a strip club, and I walk inside, and I got hit with explosive diarrhea. I had to shit really bad. Now, a lot of you probably don't have the balls to even walk inside of a strip club, let alone take a shit inside a strip club, but I did, and it happened, and it was horrible. I walked inside, and I had to ignore naked women. Again, super straight with this voice, you all know. Yeah, fuck that. And so I had to beeline past them, and it was horrible and gross. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares about that story? I'm over it. Sorry guys. So obviously, not obviously, but my mother is Nigerian, and she's like very black. She's very dark, yet she's than like anyone else on the planet. She has a superpower for like detecting people's races. It's like a spider sense. We'll be like out in public, and she'll see somebody and just be like, well, I'll be having a fine time. She'll see somebody and just be like, that's how she gets my attention. Vicious snapping. And she go, probably Italian. Probably Irish. I don't know. I'm not as good as her, unfortunately. She also doesn't really believe I'm straight, and that's not funny. You all believe I'm straight, obviously. No, stop. And she says to me, she likes to go, wisdom is trying to catch you, but you are too fast. No, I'm just straight, regular, and normal. You guys want to hear me do some animal sounds? Yeah, oh, good. So this is the way I think animals should sound versus how they actually sound. So eagles, America's pride and joy. I think they should be more like, but in reality, they're kind of like me, where they don't look how they sound. They're like, and every time you hear an eagle screech, I want you to know that's American propaganda. That's not actually what eagles sound like. That's the sound of a hawk. And I know this because my version of autism, which you could have guessed by now, I'm pretty autistic, is that I can speak to animals. And every time I hear that, it's like kind of hearing like a Spanish dub on TV. It's like, they didn't really say that. I think hippos can say the N-word. I mean, are you gonna tell them no? Anybody gonna tell a hippo they can't say that shit? Because I'm fucking not. They're fucking massive, right? I don't think pandas should do the accent. You guys know the one, right? Thank you, come again. It should do that because it doesn't make sense. That's not what they sound like over in China. But the fact that they border India and they've always had issues, that would mean the pandas are that fucking racist. That's fucked up, right? Terrible. Oh my gosh. So I have a best friend, and I'm very lucky to have a best friend. And clap, and you guys are lonely. I get it. Fine, whatever. Shit. But what pisses me off is that he's got a new girlfriend, and right? First off, rude. Secondly, he's got a new girlfriend, and she likes to do this thing where she pretends she knows him better than I do, and that really pisses me off. She'll tell me shit like, "Oh, he gets really nervous in crowds." Yeah, I fucking know. He hates eggs. Again, shit I know. That's day one bullshit. You finally get to it? And I had to tell this bitch. I was like, listen. Just because you've sucked his dick once or twice doesn't mean you know him better than I did. Because actually I've done 12,000 times by now. So that's friendship. Bro jobs. Right? He knows what's up. Bro jobs, right, buddy? He's making a report. Zach? We go to the same Applebee's, Shit's real. Mo's been there, unfortunately, against. Anyways, oh, terrible. So like, my mother's Nigerian. I mean, she's very strict and shit. So like, growing up, she wouldn't let me like have things that I wanted. So like, something expensive was obviously out of the question. However, when that Xbox came out, right? You know what I'm talking about? That new one, it's cool, whatever. Not the new one. When the Xbox came out, I really wanted it badly. And like, when we were in the store, I told her, I was like, hey mom, I want this Xbox. And she said, oh, absolutely not. But more menacingly and so like, my voice is kind of, her voice was very low. Anyways, she told me absolutely not. She said, fuck that shit. I said, no, mom, please. If you don't, I'll hold my breath and I'll kill myself. And she was like, go ahead. Go right ahead, be my guest, hold your breath and die. And I said, all right, fine. I had to call her bluff because, that's how it is. She's used to fighting like lions and shit. So I stood there, I was like, and I held my breath. I held my breath. She's like, Brandon, stop. And I was like, and she's like, stop. And I was like, sort of like, she said, hey, cut this shit. You are 28 years old. Enough. My father is Sicilian, and reverse the stereotypes that he's the one who went away instead of like, the like. Anyway, you guys get it. We're all racist here, right? And because I grew up without him, when I was in college, I met a girl, and we got along really great. It was awesome, and we were gonna do sexy time, and she was my cousin.
Oh my God.
But I didn't know she was my cousin until years after.
Oh.
It's pretty foul, right? It's fucked up. I'm not sure the punchline here is not, yeah, to fuck my cousin. But imagine if I did. How terrible would that have been? Like, wow. It would have been like, this is on you, Dad. Right? That would not have been my fault. It would have been his. 100%, right? No? Yes, no? I don't know. Man, fuck it. Oh, boy. Sorry, I lost my train of thought, people. So yeah, thanks to Mo for putting on the show. Really great, good stuff. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I'm Brandon Ness.
Clap it up for Brandon Ness. Brandon Ness looks like a human community college brochure. Just every race just blended together. Brandon Ness looks like the adult version of the kids in the Cheerios commercials because it's always a biracial family. That's too long. That punchline is like way too long. It's like way too many beats. I'm fucking babbling. Anyway, we gonna keep this microphone thing going, man. About to bring up my homie I haven't seen in a minute, all the way from New Britain, and he's an OG in this comedy game, and you're gonna love him because I love him. Clap it up for the comedy silence of Moose.
All right. How's everyone doing tonight, all right? Let you know my nickname is Moose. My first name is Marcelino. Yeah, I don't look Italian, do I? I have no Italian in me. I can't guarantee you about that my mother, though. My mother had a lot of Italian in her, dirty bitch. How you doing, honey? You laughing about shit. Okay, so you said this is an adult humor show, right? I had a show last night that got canceled. I told them I do adult humor, and people get involved with comedy and stuff. You get bookers, and you get everybody else wants to put their 2 cents in. And the lady goes to me, she goes, I would like a Christian show. I said, I told you I do adult humor. And one of the ladies was sitting there, she goes, well, you got to keep it clean, because, we're Christians. I said, no offense, but I do know you. You have 3 kids by 2 different daddies, right? She goes, yeah. I said, so you know what sucking and fucking is. What the hell you want? Right. I try to be an honest person, but sometimes I do tell little lies. You think you're honest, lady? Sometimes, right? So this is what happens. What do you do when you see an ugly fucking kid? Yeah, so cute. And then they walk away and you go. I got a nephew, that motherfucker's ugly. I'd be in the store, he'd be like, Theo, Theo. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck he is. You know, yep. Anybody get high out here? Anybody get high? Smoke weed, yeah. I see y'all drinking, drink up. If you smoke, smoke up. You do anything else, you get fucked up. I used to drink a lot. I stopped drinking because I pissed in the bed. Didn't faze me, it wasn't my bed. She should have known. I used to smoke a lot of weed. I stopped smoking weed. Remember back in the day, where you puff, puff, pass, have a little circle, puff, puff, pass? We're getting high, it's winter time, you know, so we're all huddled up and shit, and puff, puff, pass, and this girl's like, and when she went to pass it, it stuck to her lip. Now you ever see something, you recognize it, and you're looking and you can't stop staring at it? She had a bump on her lip the size of a bottle cap. And I'm staring at it. She said, don't worry about it. It's only a heat blister. I said, bitch, I know what that is. Keep that joint. That shit was nasty. Yeah, so the dating thing is different, man. I recently had a breakup. Woo! Yeah. I'm okay with it though now, you know? I just think of her like leftovers in the refrigerator. I'm not going to eat it no more. Somebody else will. You know? But dating is different, you know. I'm an old guy. I like to have a conversation with a lady. I like to hear her voice, because when you talk to a lady and you hear her voice, you can tell how she had her day. If it was a bad day, mediocre day, or whatever. But technology today, we have this phone, and we always texting, right? I didn't speak to this lady. We're texting back and forth. We're sending pictures. We're texting. She's sending me these little emojis, what the fuck you call these things? Emojis, all right? And she's texting and doing these little things and shit like that. And we're talking about hobbies, occupation, and kids and stuff. And I told her I used to box when I was younger. She said, you boxed when you were younger? I said, yeah. She texted me, said, you wouldn't mind tongue punching my fart box? I Googled that. That bitch asked me to lick her ass. I said, I've been known to go through a red light, but hey. And let me ask you, got any vegans or vegetarians out here? Do vegans or vegetarians eat tossed salad? That's a question to ask, you know? I went out on a date the other night. I said, come on, let's go out to dinner, have a conversation, you know, good dinner conversation. And we're having a conversation over dinner. And she was point blank. She goes, we gonna fuck or what? I said, oh shit. Straight up, girl. I said, hell yeah. We go back to her place, and dinner started getting my stomach upset. And she goes, well, I gotta use the bathroom first. I said, go ahead, you know, it's your house, do what you gotta do. And she went in the bathroom. Now, I don't get upset about much. But I walked in the bathroom, and there's a log left in the toilet. Well, see, I'm a grown-ass man. I looked at that log, I said, she takes it in the ass. I'm not mad, but I'm going with the flow, Come on, I thought that shit was funny, man. You know. So like I said, the dating thing is different, and I'm texting back and forth with this lady and shit, and you know, she said a comment about licking her ass and stuff like that. Like I said, we didn't talk, we only text. So we decided to take a chance to meet at the restaurant and shit like that, and I go to the restaurant, and I see her up in the window, and I see a couple of dudes trying to talk to her and shit, and I figure I better get up there quick before I lose my time, right? So I went up there, I said, hi, my name is Marcelino. She looked dead at me and said, I thought you'd never show up. She had a trach. Now she asked me to lick her ass, but she didn't tell me she had a trach. But see, I'm a gentleman, I want to have a good time, so we're having a good time, conversations going and stuff, and after a while she goes, you don't mind if I go outside? That came out good, come on, you know that came out good. I said, go ahead, do what you gotta do. And she goes outside, but see, I'm the older gentleman. I gotta use the restroom all the time. But when I use the restroom, I use my feet, open up stall door, put the toilet seat down, flush it, and I always use the napkins, because I hate what I call butt dust. One of my pet peeves is sitting on the fucking public toilet and it's already warm. That's nasty, ain't it? That's nasty. But as I come out the bathroom, you know, I'm in the bathroom doing what I gotta do, I hear, I look, I see a wheel for the wheelchair. I just think twice. I come out there and go ahead, it's all yours. Oh, come on, you didn't laugh at that one? You know? And as I come outside, I see her in the distance, I see a cloud of smoke, and she goes, like, what the hell is she doing? I see a cloud of smoke, she goes, And I realized she's multitasking. She's smoking a cigarette and she's plucking the ashes. She's smoking a cigarette and she's plucking the ashes. So I asked her, I said, what's the ups and downs of having that trait? She goes, one, I don't breathe through my nose or through my mouth. So, I'm like, it's going to be a good night after all. I go, what's the downside of that? I can't fucking swim. I said, I'm black, I can't swim either. Yeah, so the dating scene is different and stuff like that. You guys ever go to the Buckland Hill Mall? You see all them Indians out there? Yeah, not the woo, but the kind that talk like this. Some of them cool as shit, man. I was walking down the hall. There's one guy had a hat tilt. He got some Timbs on. He got a little walk to him. And he comes up to me. He said, "What's up, puppy?" I said, "Puppy." He said, "Oh yes, isn't that what your brothers call each other, puppies?" I'm like, his dog. He's like, "Huh, puppy, dog, puppy, still same family." I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And I like summertime. You know, I like summertime. I don't like winter, but in the summertime, not just ladies, gentlemen, we gotta take care of our toes. Gotta take care of your toes. Summertime is here, and I'm walking in the mall, and this lady's walking by me, and every time she stepped, I heard her. She stepped again, I heard her. I looked, she had flip-flops on, and she had that one toenail hanging over that flip-flop. And every time she stepped, it was sparking. I looked there, I said, you need to go in that nail salon over there. That Chinese lady looked there, so I told her before not to come up in here. Yeah, so the dating scene is different and shit. I like to go out dancing, and this is all I got. They go Poppy, go Poppy. I'm like, go Poppy, hell, I got a bad hip. Leave me alone. And you young girls, all you do now is twerking, right? Young girls twerking. And I was dancing with this one lady. She was 6'1", about 95 pounds. 6'1", 95 pounds. She called herself twerking. She looked more like a greyhound throwing up. I was like, do you, boo? Do you? Well, see, and this one girl was dancing with me, right? And she twerking, I'm like, oh shit. She has a nice booty too, right? She like popping that shit. Bam, bam. You pop? Yeah, you do. You be popping. Yeah, you do. Look at her. She blushing a little bit. You be popping. You be throwing that shit. Now, I got tattoos, right? I got tattoos up and down my arm. They mean, you know, I got my parents, my whole family passed away, so I got their names up on my arm. I got a squirrel run up this leg. I got a squirrel running down this leg. This one got nut in his mouth. Right here, honey. You went right there. My eyes up here. What color my eyes? Right here. Well, she's twerking. And I noticed that she had a tattoo, and I'm going to call it a tramp stamp, because it was an arrow pointing to the crack of her ass. I said, what is that supposed to represent? She said, read it. I said, read it. She lifted up all the way, and up on top of the arrow said, enter at your own risk. I said, I'll go to Six Flags. At least I know where to get out that ride. But I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. Yeah. Anybody got kids? Got kids out here? Everybody got kids? Some of y'all? No? All right. I have a son and a daughter. And the strange thing happened. Well, it happens. You got to talk to them about sex ed, talk about sucking, fucking, and all that other shit, right? So I'm explaining sex to my kids. It's very uncomfortable and stuff. And I come home one day. There's a strange car in my driveway. I'm like, nobody's in the house. I go behind my garage. On their knees giving head. I said, boy, get up off your knees. Hey, my name is Marcelino Moose Hill. Thank you very much.
Clap it up for Marcelino Moose Hill. With his filthy old school comedy. He's such a dirty man. Learned everything from that individual. He's my stepfather. I'm in a new relationship. Clap it up for me. Clap it up for me. Got a new girlfriend, man. Past 6 months. Now she's my girlfriend's Puerto Rican, you know. She's petite, and she's a prosecutor. You know what that means? I ain't gonna never win no argument with her ever. It's impossible. You can't win an argument with a Puerto Rican that's petite and that's a prosecutor. Like, her nickname is you right, you right. You know what I mean? And my girlfriend, everything, it has to be her world. Like, we have like opposing political views, different tastes in music. So whenever she's in my car, she got her phone synced up to my Wi-Fi. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when I drive away from the house, the Wi-Fi is me. You know, it's just playing my songs, my jams. Gotta pick up my girl. I'm driving to the crib. It's like, drifting on a memory. As soon as I turn down her street, it's Dale. Da pasa ding don Dale. I'm like, fuck, man. I can't, yeah. She controls my world, man. But my girl, she loved me, man. She could, when your lady loves you, they cook for you, right? My girlfriend cooks for me breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So I can't just go out indiscriminately all willy-nilly and just go out and just eat whenever I feel like it. It's almost like eating is cheating. You know what I'm saying? If my girl wasn't here right now and I had myself a snack and I went back to the crib, she will approach me and say, let me smell your breath. Is that Chick-fil-A on your collar? Like, no, baby. That's pussy. I'm just kidding. She hates that joke because she's a licensed carrier. You understand what I'm saying? If that joke becomes true, you're going to be carrying me in a casket 6 feet deep. That's ridiculous, man. You guys are a couple, right? Like one of the things, like you're a couple as well, right? Couple as well, he leaving. Like, so I was about to ask the question. He's like, listen, I ain't trying to be a part of this shit. Let me get the fuck away from this motherfucker. But you know, one of the things, like I've been like single for such a long time is like, how do we remain faithful in our relationships? Because regardless of how much you love somebody, we are still human beings and we still crave and desire every now and again. So what are some of the things that we can do? One of the things you can like hug another man. That's one way you can stay faithful, by hugging men, like holding hands and stuff like that. You know, he ain't cheating, he just hugging his boy. That's his own boy. That's one way. You know, or sometimes, you know, if you feeling freaky and nasty, instead of sending text to that other bitch, send a dirty text to your lady, man. Send her the penis pictures. It's legal. That's your lady. You got consent. Whisper sweet nothings into her ear. Sometimes use your imagination. So every now and again, you know what I'm saying? I'm making love to my lady. I'm making love to my lady. Making love to my lady. But I'm thinking about somebody else. Is that still faithful? It's not, right? Because like my heart is in the wrong. My body's in the right place, but my heart is in the wrong place. You know? So I understand that. You know. So let's entertain another scenario. What if, by happenstance, I should happen to fall into the clutches of temptation? I would never do this, but what if I fall into the clutches of temptation, making love to another woman, making love to another woman, making love to another woman? But I'm thinking about my lady, though. Isn't that faithful? You know what I'm saying? And y'all ain't buying that shit, you know what I'm saying? My heart is in the right place, my body's in the wrong place. That motherfucker, licensed carrier, gonna be carrying me in a casket. I can't be having that shit. We can't have that. Listen, we gonna keep this shit rocking and rolling. Coming next to the stage, man, I've been seeing this young man doing his thing. That's why I had to give him a chance on the show. Clap it up for the comedy silence of Zach Mandel.
Thank you, Mo. Thank you for inviting me to the Nc17 comedy show. I should set expectations. I'm more like PG-13. That's more where I'm at. Like my stuff's clean. My stuff's like PG, but there will be some mild nudity at the end. You know what I mean? Just to bump it up to PG-13 to get a wider commercial audience. You know what I'm saying? No, just kidding. I'm gonna leave the clothes on for the set. But comedy is a little bit like stripping, right? Because I'm up here. I'm like exposing myself kinda to you a little bit. I'm making myself vulnerable to you guys. And it's also like stripping because there's no shame in doing comedy. There's no shame in stripping, but it's pretty shameful if you're bad at either one of them. You know what I mean? Like the only thing worse than a comedian who doesn't believe in himself is a stripper who doesn't believe in herself, you know? Like confidence is key. Confidence is key, you know? Guys, I like this time of year. Thanksgiving's coming up. I'm gonna go home for Thanksgiving. I'll be staying at my parents' house. We usually do Thanksgiving dinner at my grandma's house. She's like 10 minutes away. And, you know, we like to drink, a lot of drinking, which means we gotta have a DD, right? A drunk driver. No, just kidding. We're responsible about it. My mom will be the designated driver, which works out because, like, you know, I like to drink. My dad likes to drink. My siblings like to drink. And my mom loves to drive a car full of drunk people while seething with resentment. Like, that's her favorite thing to do. So it's a good division of labor we got going, you know? Everyone wins, you know? She likes it that way. My grandma's a funny lady. She saw me doing stand-up, like, she's never seen me live, but I showed her a video, and she was like, Zachary, I didn't like your jokes, but you look like a stand-up comedian. That's thanks, Grandma. I guess I'll keep at it. I'll keep, I got the physical tools for this, is what you're saying, Grandma, you know? Yeah, no, people say things to me sometimes, you know? That's the thing that happens. One time a girl I'd slept with before I was with my lovely girlfriend was, she said, Zach, you were actually pretty good in bed. I didn't need that word actually in that sentence, you know what I mean? Like, she was this close to giving me a compliment, you know? She could have just dropped the one adverb, you know? Less is more, you know? That's my feedback on that one. I am Jewish, guys. I'm Jewish. I'm not very religious, but I did have a bar mitzvah. And for those of you guys not familiar, a bar mitzvah it's an ancient Jewish ritual where families from Long Island show off their wealth. But you know, I grew up in the South, but there were not a lot of Jewish families around me. So like for me, I didn't have that experience, right? So like for me, when I was in 7th grade, you know, before the whole bar mitzvah thing, I had so much power because like I was not just deciding for who from my class was gonna come to my bar mitzvah. I was deciding who from my 7th grade class would ever be in a room with more than 2 Jews. You know, that's power I yielded. You know, and while up here, a lot of people do like not so much here, but more like New York City area where there's a lot of Jewish families. People have these like bar mitzvahs with a theme. They'll have like New York Yankees themed bar mitzvah or something like that. I didn't have anything like that. Like the theme of my bar mitzvah was Jew. That was we kept it simple, digestible. You know. Entry-level stuff, you know. But I'm not very religious, but the other obligatory Jewish thing that I've done is I don't have a foreskin. I had a bris ceremony, which is the Hebrew word for like circumcision ceremony. So like basically to be like bare minimum level of Jewishness, you gotta do those 2 things. You gotta get your dick snipped and like have like a ceremony, and then when you're 13 you gotta like do a bunch of chants when your voice is cracking. 2 entirely humiliating things, but I get to call myself a Jew. Right? That's for all that's the reward, you know. I am very bad with money. That's one way I'm not living up to that. That's a stereotype that I don't confirm. Like people ask me for advice on money. I don't know. like those jokes, like they don't offend me when people are like Jews or stingy. It just doesn't resonate with me because me and all of my family we're just living day by day, taking day by day, no plans, you know. Yeah, man, I like this time of year. I like the fall. I like doing white people shit. I like going to apple orchards. I went to an apple orchard with my girlfriend recently. Usually when a guy's at an apple orchard with a girlfriend, he's there because he fucked up. He's there to repent, you know what I mean? He's there to redeem himself for last night, you know? That's why he's there. But nah, I contradicted myself. I said I like going to apple orchards, so I guess that doesn't really make any sense. I do like going to apple orchards. I'm a big apple guy. I'm an apple head, if you will. I know a bunch of varietals, guys. You got Macintosh, you got Fuji, you got Gala, and that. But I was at the apple orchard, and I saw that they had like a bunch of apples, like bag. You don't have to pick them. You know what I mean? Someone will do the harvesting for you if you want. You can just buy a bag of apples. But anyway, so I was there, and I saw a variety of apples I'd never seen before. So I like asked the employee there. I was like, "What's this type of apple?" I think it's called like a McCown or something like that. And I was like, "What is this apple like?" And she's like, it's it's pretty tart, kind of sweet. It's got a nice crunch to it. I was like, "Okay, so it's an apple." Like that, you just described an apple. I was looking for some sort of like distinctive characteristics, you know. It'd be like if I went to a wine store and I was like, "What's this bottle of Merlot like?" And it's like, it's like fruit-based alcohol. And it'll make you have sexual thoughts about your mom's friend Cheryl. It's like, okay, that's every bottle of wine. All wine is like that. That's not unique, you know? I used to work in market research. Not to brag, but it's true. It's a true story. I used to work in market research, which is basically what that is. Like we'll like conduct a study for another company. We'll collect data and we'll put it into a report and we'll send the report out to our client, and then they'll use that report to justify whatever decision they were already gonna make. And then everybody gets health insurance. It's a nice little scam we had going. But I quit doing that because I wanted something more interesting. Like, I'm actually going into teaching now. I'm working on becoming a teacher. Thank you, I guess. I decided to make that transition because I was like, you know, if I'm going to spend my days making PowerPoints for people who don't care to read them, I might as well get paid less. So, right, that was the thought process. And what I would love to do is I'd love to be a teacher and a comedian, like a dual career like that, so I can like make the kids smarter by day, make their parents dumber at night. That's the goal, you know. So it cancels each other out, you know. Nah, it's good. These kids are weird, man. These are the kids who I teach in middle school, so like these are the kids who were doing a lot of elementary school from home because of COVID. These kids are wild. They don't know how to behave, a lot of them. I don't have a joke there. I'll figure something out, but that's okay. Nah, it's cool. I'm not drinking today because I'm doing comedy, but I do like to drink. And, you know, what was it called? Yeah, I like beer. I'm a beer guy. I like to drink beer. I like different types of beer. I like going to breweries, learning about new beers, right? But that can get expensive, you know? Breweries are expensive. And they don't let you, like, BYOB to a brewery, obviously, because they want to sell you theirs. But there's a little tip, a little hack for you guys. You can bring your own beer to a brewery if you bring it in a baby bottle. It's a little loophole. And if you drink it out of the baby bottle and you go, I'm thirsty for beer. This is how I drink my beer out of a baby bottle. And that's how and if you do that, then no one's gonna like confront you and be like, you have to pay for a beer. You know what I mean? No one's gonna talk to you if you do that. It's a trick that worked for me on Halloween. I'm not sure it's gonna work year round, but that's the hope. The hope is I can get that to be my thing, you know? A little hack, money saving hack for you guys. Brandon was talking about the bald eagle. I have more bald eagle content for you guys. I was reading about the bald eagle. Because I'm a patriot. I like to read about their national bird. And I learned a fact about the bald eagle. The way it like acquires food is it'll hunt for fish, but more often than that, it will like steal fish that have already been captured by another animal. Like a bear will like catch a fish and the bald eagle will come in and swoop it or something like that. And our founding fathers were like, you know, they saw the eagle do this. They saw the eagle appropriate resources from the people that had them first. And they're like, that's our national bird. That's what we do here in America. USA, you know? Let's put that on our money. We love those birds. I don't know, around this time last year, I took a break from drinking, just because like it wasn't really a break from drinking. It was more like a long hangover with some self-reflection involved. It was one of those, and I'm glad I did. I'm back on the sauce now, but I'm glad I did take a little break because, you know, I learned some stuff about myself. I learned I'm better at doing stand-up when I'm sober, which makes sense, right? It's you're better at the performing arts when your faculties are intact, it turns out. But no, I learned that I'm better at just about everything when I'm sober, actually. Except for feeling joy. All right, that's my time. My name is Zach Mandel. Give it up for Mo.
Clap it up for Zach Mandel. He looks like if John Belushi was still alive and had a baby with Artie Lang. You're like the perfect combination of Artie Lang and John Belushi. That's fucking crazy. Hey, coming next, very, very funny, all the way from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Clap it up for the comedy stylist of Trevor. Gerald.
Thanks for fucking up my name, Mo. I really appreciate it. Booked me like, yeah, he's a really funny guy. What's his fucking name again? What's going on, though, guys? How we doing? We doing good? That's good. I am from Bridgeport. Bridgeport's an interesting place because, like, it's hood as fuck, but I'm not, clearly. Like, you know, you can't be thugging and look like an Eric Andre stunt double. That's not how that works. Nah, but I don't know. I ended up being a big sports kid, and sports took a toll on my life, though. Like, I always got into it with my mom for years, because I was really good at baseball when I was a kid. Like, I got recruited to play for a travel team. My mom wouldn't let me play because there was a bunch of white kids on the team. I'd never met a white kid at that point, so she was like, I don't want that to be your introduction, which, weird. And then at some point, I ended up getting an offer to go and play baseball at a boarding school. And it would have been a really good offer for me, but my mom, she said no because she didn't want me to be raised by somebody else. And for years, we would beef over that all the time. I would just be angry about it because my life could have turned out different. I could have played college baseball. Instead, I'm doing this shit. Nah, but here's the thing though. Eventually, I had to realize she had a point because one day, about 5-10 years later, I was on my phone checking the news, and I end up seeing priest at St. George's boarding school charged with 36 counts of molestation. So I texted my mom like, "Good save, Lisa. Goddamn." I guess she had some type of foresight that I didn't. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I'm half black, half Hispanic, and I grew up without getting molested, which is an achievement. Like, dude, that's like playing life on all-star mode. That shit's hard. Nah, and it's weird too, because like I grew up in a family full of alcoholics. You know, my grandfather's the best one out of all of them. He used to do this one party trick where he would black out and pass out naked at family functions. Y'all know that one? Yeah, do you know what it's like to go your entire life without getting molested and still know what your grandfather's dick looks like? That's like surviving Vietnam just to slip on a banana peel. You know, I could have had so much better of a story and said now this. But, all right. Now, I don't know, Bridgeport is a weird place though. Like some of the kids that I played baseball with, I now see we're all going in different directions. Like one of them, really good friend of mine, Thais, he's currently doing 40 years in federal prison. And does anybody here know somebody doing an extended period of time in prison? You do? And when you first found out they were going in, what was the first thing that you thought? He did it. He did it? Yeah, no, I feel like that's a normal thought for people to be like, oh, either he did it or it made sense that was going to happen. I feel like my thought when I found out that Thais was going to do 40 years wasn't normal, because when I found out he was going to do that, first thing I said was fucking good. I always say that, like people ask the same question whenever I say I know somebody doing 40 years, like, oh my God, what did he do? Nigga, everything, what do you think? Wasn't walking old ladies across the street, he switched out like 3 people. Nah, that is the only time as a black man I've ever looked at the justice system like this shit works. You know how hard that hurts to support a prison sentence? Nah, it was weird too, because I looked at the list of charges, it was like murder, attempted murder, robbery, armed robbery, RICO charges, cocaine trafficking, telling a bunch of blind kids to look out. I was like, dog, they listed off more charges than DMX did bitches in the song What These Bitches Want. And I don't know if y'all know this or not, but there's a lot of bitches in the song What These Bitches Want. No, but the thing that stuck with me the most had to be the armed robbery charge, because I've been robbed at gunpoint before. It's a terrifying experience. I was in this liquor store one night looking at White Claws, which is the most embarrassing part of the story. And while I was in there, this guy came in behind me and said, hey, get from behind the counter and don't move to the cashier. And that goes to the curly-headed nigga in the back, too. And I was like, all right, I guess he knows my nickname somehow. No, so I decided to do what any rational, smart person would do. I take my stuff out of my pockets, minus a couple singles, throw the rest of my stuff underneath the shelf, lay on the ground, wait for everything to be over. The guy with the gun comes around patting people's pockets, he feels that I have nothing, and he decides to call me a broke-ass nigga. Me, the one not robbing a liquor store. That's like if I walked up to a homeless guy, ripped the sandwich out of his hands, and was like, hungry ass nigga, doesn't make sense. It's against the rules. All right, that's fuck you guys. I love that joke. No, the worst part of the whole thing too is that when he said it, I recognized his voice. I was like, Thais? See, I knew I would get you with that fucking callback. I was like, I got her eventually. Since this is the Nc17 show, let's talk about dicks and balls and buttholes, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, discovered like jizz and cum shots. I don't know. Did you guys see that the North Korean military found porn? This is a real thing. The North Korean military, apparently troops got deployed, and while they were in Belarus, a bunch of soldiers introduced them to the internet. And within minutes, the first thing that they found was porn, which is not good. The first thing they found is our best shit. That's like if the first drug you tried was heroin. You know, like there's nowhere to go. Like you can't go up from there. But I don't know, I feel like it's crazy to think about because they've been an insane media blackout for years due to Kim Jong-un, and he's been telling them that, oh, anything that actually is on the internet, if it does exist, comes from my eyes and comes from something that I created. So people for years have probably been sitting there thinking like, damn, I wonder what this internet thing is and why he won't let us have it. And then eventually, one of those kids who's thought that his entire life grows up, goes to war, and finds out the reason why is because of awesome shit. Kim Jong-un's getting
fucking assassinated if I'm North Korean. If I'm just finding that shit now. Just be like, oh, wait, really? This is what we were missing out on? Give me my gun. Give me my fucking gun. It's like, dude, it's North Korea. You can't have a gun. Give me my fucking slingshot. Anything. I still love that one, too. So. I used to sell weed when I was in college. It was a very, very strange profession. Like, I used to have some really weird customers. I remember there was this one guy who told me, hey, when you get to my place, knock on the door, I'll come down and grab everything. And I was like, all right, sounds good. So I decided to do what any responsible drug dealer does. I get high and show up 4 hours late. And when I... Glad you fucking knew what that was about, okay. As if we didn't know that you were probably the drug dealer that showed up 4 hours late. All right. No, it's all right, I'm on the same page. I'm on the same page. Fuck their time. It's my money instead of theirs. God damn it. All right, now, I was, when I used to sell weed, it was weird things. Like, I remember there was that one guy who told me, hey, knock on the door. I show up to his house like 4 hours late. And when I show up, I knock on the door, and he answers the door wearing a thong. And he goes, Jonathan? I'm not Jonathan. And he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought you were my Grindr date. And I was like, yo, is somebody already using my picture to catfish dudes on Grindr? And turns out the answer is yes. I was actually so grateful this guy let me know what was going on that I let him suck my dick. Hey, socks on, no kissing, so it's not gay. Plus, I said no Diddy first. That's 1,000 bottles. Jesus Christ. Now, dude, that whole Diddy shit is weird because, like, now that this whole thing started happening, white people finally found out that Diddy's a creep and it's become mainstream. I now feel comfortable enough asking crowds about shit like that. And I did a black room a while back, and I asked this crowd, I was like, when's the first time you heard some weird shit about Diddy? And this one lady raised her hand, and she was like, December 93. He didn't start producing for Biggie till 94 when he got famous. You know how fucking creepy you gotta be for the rest of the world to know about your charge from before you got famous? I don't know, there will eventually be a joke there. I gotta figure some shit out, but I don't know. That whole Diddy shit was interesting because I always think about stuff now like that. Like you guys think he fucked Biggie?
Yeah.
Just, told him like, look at the camera and say you're a bad boy. Like, did that happen? I don't know. I feel like that would have been. It just would have been it's a weird thing to think about. To think that the biggest gangster rapper of all time could have been about him. You know what I mean? It's fucked up to think. All right, let's. So you guys saw the whole thing Tony Hinchcliffe was talking about Puerto Rico said it's an island of garbage? Yes. Yeah, I had mixed feelings on it because being half Puerto Rican, I spent a bunch of time there as a kid. I gotta admit, the island is beautiful. It's an amazing place when you're on the resorts. I'm not saying Puerto Rico's an island of garbage, but my family lives in the mountains where it's very West Virginia-ish. And they don't have running water, so I don't know if y'all have ever had to take a bath with a bucket before. Yeah, fill up a metal bucket with rainwater and like soap up and realize you smell like rust at the end. It's not good. I'd rather be in prison showers with Diddy. That's fucking... All right, I told you, these callbacks are gonna fucking come back and they're gonna start hitting. They're gonna start fucking clapping. No, I used to do a lot of sports gambling too. Sports gambling was a weird thing for me. I don't know. Anybody in here ever like sports gamble at all? You look like you sports gamble quite a bit. March Madness looks like it causes some strain in the household. It's all right, dog. I lost so much fucking money. It was a weird thing. I didn't think I had a gambling problem until my friend's family and therapist sat me down and told me I did. And I don't know, it was a weird thing. It's like I eventually realized it on my own too. I realized it when I realized I was getting angry at FanDuel for sending me push notifications, reminding me to put in bets. Because it's ridiculous. You know my deposit history. You don't have to remind me. Reminding a degenerate gambler to put in a bet, that's like a therapist telling their schizophrenic patient to trust their inner voice. And if you're wondering what a degenerate gambler and a schizophrenic have in common, it's that they are both highly likely to shoot up a casino. Which we all know happened back in 2017. This guy named Stephen Paddock, he went to a casino in Vegas and proceeded to have the Kobe retirement game of mass shootings. And by that I mean they both dropped 60. That is statistically correct. But I don't know, I find it fucked up though. It's weird that's like humans are the only animals that are willing to go out there and kill a bunch of other people than themselves. You hear that news story all the time, but you know what news story you've never heard? Local pit bull goes on toddler biting spree. He was later found at home with his leash wrapped around a ceiling fan. According to his owner, his last words were, "Arr!" And yeah, that was Michael Vick's dog for a period of time. All right, fuck you guys, I'm leaving. I'm Trevor Gerald. Clap it up for Trevor Gerald. Winding down to the last few comedians coming next to the stage. She actually got her start at my open mic. I'm always gonna say that because she's blowing up right now, and that's like my biggest credit and claim and fame in life. The fact that this motherfucker is hot. Coming next to the stage, very, very funny, Charity Gregory.
Going. Oh my God, we are in the elbow room tonight. Yeah, that's also what I call the fat hanging off my forearms, but that's a great start to the set. We'll keep it going. Little bit about me, if you don't know me, I am a bisexual white woman. If you don't know what that means that I am dating a man. I am bisexual only hypothetically. Like I subscribe to this theory that I call Schrodinger's cunt. Yeah. So that means that I can identify as both gay and straight as long as I never open a woman's box. That's Schrodinger's cunt. You can also call it left-winger's cat, but I am bisexual. Earlier today, I'm so happy I'm here, because earlier today, my friend was talking to me. He told me I look really gullible. Yeah, and classic me, I believed him. I've been having a weird week. I was reading, and look, I know that it was the 80s, and I know that they were kids, and I know that it was fictional. I just don't think those children should have been calling anybody it. Especially Pennywise. Pennywise was a man wearing a full face of makeup, living 20 minutes outside of Portland, Maine. That's a hate crime, right? I was on Twitter the other day. I was looking at Twitter. I saw Pennywise doing unspeakable things to a man's penis. Have you guys heard of this new internet trend? It's called sexy clown girls. Have you seen? Yeah, okay. It is exactly what it sounds like. Economy's so bad, we got clowns stripping to get through clown college. I'm getting weird porn recommendations. I got recommended a clown orgy. Yeah, you guys seen a clown orgy before? You seen a clown orgy, Moose? No. If you are impressed by how many clowns can fit inside a clown car, just wait. It is awesome. I was walking down the street the other day. I saw walking towards me a black mime. I'll tell you what, I don't care what color he is. I see a mime, I'm crossing to the other side. Why did the chicken cross the road? Mimes. I hate mimes. I do not judge based on skin color. I don't judge how fat a mime likes his white woman. Which, to be fair, if he's a mime, only getting fat chicks anyway. But I think I trace my mime hatred back to my dad growing up. My dad was a Protestant Christian mime. 100% true. He mimed for the Lord, and I know what I said about I hate mimes, but I love the idea of a Christian mime. Like I swear to God, I would go to church every Sunday if more Christians shut the fuck up. I think that's genius. I went to my mom's church the other week. I was at her church. I saw on the wall there was this big sign that said, "Jesus Christ welcomes you with open arms." Which, like, that's sweet, but, like, what else is he gonna do, right? Like, that's just the only way he can welcome you. That's my time. Thank you, guys. I'm Charity Gregory.
Clap it up for Charity Gregory. The androgynous genius. She's like a white Grace Jones. That's for the old school folks. That's for the old school. They have no idea. The younger, you go use Google. Use Google more for just porn. You understand? There's more things than just porn. Like North Korea discovered porn. There's more than that. Real quick before I bring up the next comedian, I have to say something. A PSA announcement, fellas, we are messing up. We fucking up. You're fucking up. You're fucking up. You're messing up, man. We're having a hard time pleasing the ladies. We're having an extremely difficult time pleasing the ladies. He's like, speak for yourself. No, we're having a hard time, man. I looked up a statistic, right, and it said that women only orgasm from men 30% of the time. 3 out of 10 times. That's why she's yawning. That's what happens. You know what I thought when I heard that statistic? Those some Hall of Fame baseball numbers, man. You know what I'm saying? She got that Pete Rose pussy. That Cooperstown coochie. They need to hang that panties up in the rafters and throw that Hall of Fame jacket over her shoulders like James Brown. This is a man's world. Women complain that men only make them come 3 out of 10 times. You know what that tells me? If you want to come more, you gotta fuck more. Stop being conceited. 10 times equals 3, 20 times equals 6, 30 times equals 9. Stop being conceited and bust that coochie more, boo-boo. Women complain that men don't make them come, but they seemingly conveniently forget that men invented over 99.9% of all sex toys, including dildos. So the next time you're with your man and he inevitably fails and you have to reach for that toy as a backup plan, remember, we made that for y'all. We knew our limitations. As the old saying goes, if you build it, they will come. And with that being said, fill the dreams, man. Old school movie. Like Google some shit. God damn, Jesus Christ. Next time I do this set, you're educated, you'll know, you'll laugh a little bit more because I just fucking, yeah. Fuck y'all. Anyway, I'm just fucking around. I love you. Coming next to the stage, very, very funny, very, very slender. That's funny. All the way from Massachusetts, clap it up for the comedy silence of Colton Duarte.
Love the intro. Thank you very much. I'm very slender, just in case you guys couldn't figure that out. I was pumped when I first got here. I know it's an NC17 show, but I didn't know Adam22 would be in the house here tonight. That's fucking awesome, man. We got one porn star here, you know. At least, maybe 2, you know. Maybe 2. How you guys doing tonight? Good? Good? Good. Good. We knew the plug came with the wrong person. You don't know who that is? Porn star. Porn star. Dates Adam22. You know. But you guys, my name's Colton Duarte. I'm from all the way from Massachusetts, long way. You know, it took me about 46 minutes to get here. But I was diagnosed as a kid with something called, have you guys ever heard of something called Marfan syndrome? You guys ever heard? You know about it? How do you know about it? You're a doctor? Oh, that's a doctor. Yep. So what do you know about it? There you go. Yeah, I know. So I've had all those things. So just to let you know, all of our extremities are longer, all 5 of them. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You guys are the same way as me. You guys are built just like me. You know, heart problems, right? I had open heart surgery in 2016. It was wicked fun, right? When I was 12, I was actually diagnosed. One of my buddies was making fun of me in a gym class because I had a bone that was sticking out of my chest. What's the medical term for it? Pectus ex. Yeah, you're getting good. You know, you are getting good. We're going to test all your medical knowledge out tonight. This is going to be very good. Yep. So yeah, he was calling me Shark Chest. He was calling me Shark Chest. So I took his head and I slammed it against my shark chest 19 times until his nose was bloody. I got sent to the principal's office. He said, why are you here? I said, well, he was calling me Shark Chest. And then I showed him my chest and he's like, oh shit. You gotta go to Shriners. So that's where I went, and they built me this cool contraption around my chest to like push it in. You know what I mean? It wasn't very comfortable, couldn't breathe that night. You know, it was fun. But then when I was 12, right, after I got diagnosed, I didn't take it serious when I first got diagnosed. I was like, this is bullshit. You know what I mean? I fucking hate doctors. They're always lying to you, you know? He told me I couldn't play soccer. And it didn't make sense because I went home and I played soccer, you know? It didn't make sense. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about, you know? All my friends used to call me Cristiano Ricardo for multiple reasons. I'm from Ludlow, Mass. I don't know if you know about that town, but it's very Portuguese and it's filled with soccer players. My dad was actually a very good soccer player, best one to ever come out of Ludlow High School. He bred me to play soccer. Unfortunately, he was more mad that I was diagnosed with Marfan's than me. You know, he almost beat the shit out of me. I tried ice skating one time. Didn't really work out. A lot of my friends, they were calling me Wayne Regretsky. You know? When I went over to Springfield, I used to play basketball all the time. They called me Larry Nerd. You know, for a lot of different reasons. I was great at NBA 2K. You know, you don't even know what that is, but it's a video game. It's a video game. Yeah, he knows that. Yeah. You know, I wanted to be black one time so bad. I did. I wanted to be black one time so bad. And I was finally able to become black in October 2004. Right? It's unbelievable. I waited in line for a week for this. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas came out. Right? And I skipped school for a week so I could become black. I did. It was amazing. You know what I mean? I could dunk a basketball for the first time. Unbelievable. That game was great because you could do all the things that like I never could. Like I was a drug dealer. You know what I mean? I was getting cool tattoos, going to strip clubs at the age of 14, which I loved it. You know what I mean? I used to love beating up strippers. That was one of my favorite things. You know what I mean? You get the lap dance, then beat them up until you get the money back. That was the way to do it. I wish you could do that in real life. Too bad you can't. What's your favorite sex position? No, I mean, you don't have to answer it. You don't have to answer it. Really? That's cool. That's cool. That's very similar to mine. Mine's actually underdoggy style. Underdoggy style is when you have sex with a woman right after a black guy has sex with her. Because at that point, you're the underdog. You know, you really are. It's unbelievable. Sometimes I end up on top, you know, but that's rare. That's rare. You know, it's got to be like, you know, same thing like with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. They got to be 30 years older, you know. That was a good fight last night, huh? Oh my God. I can't believe most people bet their money on a 60-year-old boxer. Right? The guy can probably hardly get out of his bathtub, you know? People over here betting on him. Beat up the 28-year-old kid. That was kind of cool. Anybody here ever been mind fucked before? You've never been mind fucked? I'll tell you how to get mind fucked. It's a pretty cool thing, right? Before you have sex, an hour before you have sex, all you gotta do is eat 3 grams of mushrooms. That's it. Me and my girlfriend, we tried to have sex, but I had 3 grams of mushrooms an hour before. And I looked at her pussy for 3 hours. It was amazing. It was amazing because I'd never seen it the same. I'd never seen it the same. This is what happened. Ate 3 grams, was looking at her pussy, and I took a trip. They don't call it tripping for no reason. I took a trip into the vagina. Pretty cool thing, right? I went into the vagina, went into the ovaries, and I could see what my kids were gonna look like. Yep. I could see all the eggs, millions of eggs, millions of eggs. 1 in every 34, autistic. Right? She knows that. She knows the statistics, right? Especially nowadays, right? A couple more years of these bioengineered foods, it's gonna be what, 1 in 30? 1 in 30? Probably 1 in 30, right? I seen a couple kids with Marfans in there. Skipped right over those. But then I started to get some resistance. You know, the birth control was stopping me from moving any further, right? But my sperm's like the Mayweather of sperm. I was dodging that shit like crazy. You know, because they say there's only what, like, is it like a 99.9% chance that it's, you should know, right? Oh, it does? That's good to know. Is there any that's 100%? Really? See, that's good birth control. A lot of women should, you know, think about doing that. Thank you, sir. Yep, love mine fucking bitches. So funny. I'm telling you, it's a great thing. My girlfriend said it was the best sex she had in a long time. You know? You guys gotta try mind fucking. Another thing about shrooms, right? Shrooms are kind of cool. Anybody here do shrooms? You guys like shrooms? You ever do them, nurse? Nice. Nice. See, this is what we have in the medical field, you know? Shroom heads. But, I was on shrooms one night, looking into a bush, because it was making noise. The bush was making noise. But I looked more into the bush, and it stopped making noise. And then I looked the other way, started making noise again. So I tried to figure out what was in the bush. And after looking at it long enough, I could see a grasshopper, right? And first thing I could think to myself, how many fucking calories this motherfucking burning? You know, he's just going crazy. And did you guys know that grasshoppers, they make noise by rubbing their legs together? Did you guys know that? You did? You said no at first.
I forgot.
You will never forget if you look at that bush on shrooms. I'm telling you, shrooms are great. You guys, I guess that's all my time for tonight. You guys have a great weekend. Thank you for all coming out here. Give it up for your host.
That's some good shit. Clap it up for Colton. I don't know if I was tripping or if I took shrooms, but he at the same time, he looks like Bob Saget, Carrot Top, and Doug Stanhope at the same time. How the fuck is this shit possible? It's like one guy amalgamized into one individual. Use all those people. Coming into the stage, my right-hand man in comedy, Cliff Mueller.
Thank you. Happy to be here. I don't know. I ain't got a lot of time. I don't know. Anybody here ever had like a coworker that's like a goody two shoes? They seem like too perfect. Yeah. Kind of bothers you a little bit, you know? I don't know. Like you ever been like talking to a broad? She says she's been with 3 guys in her life, and you believe it? Me neither. Me, that's lies.com. But I work with this chick. She's like the black Topanga. Like she's like perfect, you know? She's married to a high school sweetheart, kid together. She don't smoke, she don't drink, right? And she's telling me all these goody two-shoe stories, and it makes me realize how much I appreciate hoes. Because hoes have better stories. You ain't living if you ain't hoeing, you know? You gotta do dumb shit when you're young, because you don't have nothing to laugh at when you're old, right? I know I sound like a whole pastor right now, but for real, like, for real, you gotta live a little, you know? I don't know. Because you don't want to hear someone tell a story and be like, I was going to fuck Chris, but then I realized I'd open up my legs for Christ instead. You don't want to hear that shit. Jesus is my dildo. No. Want to hear the dirty, fucked up shit. You gotta judge them, but you gotta still listen. All right? So you ain't shit. But I don't know. Speaking of jobs, clap it up if you ever had a coworker you hate. Woo! Man, everybody. I like seeing all the women clap up, you know. They clap it up the most, you know. That's why y'all shouldn't work. Why worry about beef with your coworker when you can have beef on a skillet? No? All right. I say that shit because I could cook. Y'all don't, you know. I say that shit. I can say it. I'm a fat boy, whatever. All right. Clap it up if you've ever been fired. Anybody ever been fired? All right. Clap it up if you've ever been fired for something petty. Moose, no? You a doctor, so y'all like responsible and shit. You gotta be, right? Are you like the type of doctor that tell people like their parent died and stuff like that? Maybe that type of doctor? I don't think I could do that. Cause I'm too like monotone, like, yeah, your mom dead, yo, and just like walk away. I don't know. Just cold-hearted like that. I don't know. But I don't know. I've been fired for something petty. I got fired for keeping the toilet seat up. I know that's weird, right? I was a security guard at a bank, and my manager was this little Indian twink, and I'm only saying that because I don't know his name. So he walked up to me like, Arabian Nights. You know, he didn't say it like that, but I could tell like he grew up around white people because he's like passive aggressive. He's like, oh my God, Cliff. First of all, Wakanda forever up in a Black Lives Matter protest. Anyways, some of the women at the job, they're saying that the toilet seat's been up, and since you're the only man, is that perhaps by chance you? I'm like, nah, I wasn't. I didn't put the toilet seat up. He's like, oh, good. I'm not listening to these women, whatever. He walks off, right? All gay, smell like curry. And so long story short, my supervisor called me and said, yo, you've been fired. They've been saying you've been putting the toilet seat up a lot. You don't listen to anybody. And what I really think they fired me for is for being black and quiet. Does that relate? Like when you work around white people, you don't smile at them, they feel uncomfortable. Is that just me? You feel like that sometimes? Like you gotta kind of smile and fake laugh with them? I just don't do that, you know? I'm not trying to like, I don't know, divide the room or nothing, but it's just weird, you know? And I feel like a security job is something for me. Because people always say I got resting blackface. You know I could be a security guard, because if I'm wearing all black and I'm standing in front of a club, white people will ask me if there's a cover charge. And I say, yeah, take the money, because rent ain't cheap. It's weird when you work with like racist honkies as a black man, because it's like, you gotta have two things to make them feel safe and comfortable around you. You gotta wear glasses, or you gotta be gay. And sometimes I forget my glasses. I got them right now. All right. I got them right now. Honkies, beware, you know. But like, it's weird because like certain job you just can't be feminine. I sound like I can't even say it right. Feminine, right? Because like imagine a security guard at a bank can't be like sweet or whatever. Because imagine a bank robber comes in. I'm just like, you need to put the money down. For real, put the money down. You trying to rob? Go get a job. For real, you trying to rob? You are so dumb. Go get a job. For real. Boop, 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 boop. Get shot. You know, my blood tastes like mojitos. All I'm saying is, I don't like passive aggressive racism. I like my racism like pussy. Right in my face. And tastes like pennies a little bit. And armpits. Anyways, I'm not gonna talk about that. Like, but if you don't like me, say that shit in my face. That's why I like to call white people crackers out loud, just in case they call me a nigga in their mind. But that's all I gotta say.
We got one more comedian, and I just got this message that came across my phone. I get these news updates about science and things of that nature, and literally, I just got this update. It said that doctors have I'm being serious. I'm not even joking. Like doctors have discovered their actual gay genes. Stop laughing. Like doctors have actually discovered their actual gay genes. They're called Jordache. And with that being said, that's for the old school folks, you know. Google, stop looking at porn. You know what I'm saying? If you Google, you will understand these old school jokes from this 40. I'm 45, I'm about to be 50 years old in less than 5 years, man. This is some bullshit, man. This is fucked up. I signed up for chocolate sundaes in Los Angeles. A lot of people are signing up for that shit. You know when the fuck they gave me my date? 2029. I'm gonna be 50 years old and the average black expectancy is 49. This is some bullshit. You know, it's fucking terrible, man. I'm gonna be fucking doing comedy for my casket and shit, y'all. I'm still going, I'm gonna haunt their ass. They ain't gonna be the only thing haunting the comedy store, it's gonna be me. Even though that's at the Laugh Factory, y'all don't know, whatever, you know. So this is some inside baseball comedy shit from a motherfucker that's been doing this for 10 years. But anyway, coming to close the evening, y'all gonna really enjoy this brother because I enjoy him every time he goes on the stage. No Diddy. Could you clap it up for the comedy stylings of Jared Williams?
Oh man, give it up for Mo Green. I'm about to mess Charity up. Because Charity, you have a fear for mimes. I'm currently working on a mime skit. She's running. There she goes. Someone catch her. And to compound that, I'm a Christian. And I won't shut up about it. I'm not ashamed of the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. You know what? I was a 12-year crack addict. Let me tell you why. I was crack, porn, and alcohol was my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Until I waved the white towel of surrender and confessed Jesus as Lord in a jail in California. 21 years clean now by the power of God. How about that? I ain't ashamed to tell it. And I'm about to mess you up, tell you how powerful God is. I'm gonna mess you up with this one. I haven't had sex in over 6 years. Whew. That ain't by my power. That ain't by my power at all. You're talking about a guy who wanted to be in porn movies back in the day. You know what I mean? Always masturbating. I'm not ashamed to tell my testimony. But that's the power of God right there. You ain't had sex in over 6 years? That's from drinking the word and it's getting all into you and empowering you. So I have to testify about that, Charity. And I'm working on mine. You can come see the mime piece. We're gonna run it next Sunday. I'm personally inviting Charity. Let me get her contact. Give me Charity's number, Mo. Come see this mime piece. You be running. Someone catch her. Mo had the ingenious idea to have me. He asked me, he said, Jared, I got a spot. You want to be on the show? Sure, no problem, man. Nc17. I didn't pay any attention to what I finally, after some hours of days went by, I said, what does Nc17 stand for? He said, the movie rating. I said, okay. All right, I'll be here. All right, let's do it. But this is so real for me, and because we had Trevor up here. I heard that my mom was going to name me Trevor. And my dad is named Maurice, and they call him Mo. So we got Trevor over here, and we got Mo. It's like I'm like, wow, maybe I'm supposed to be here tonight. We got my dad and my mom all in my thinking. So I don't know what that means, but I do look for God in everything. And I didn't know that John Belushi was going to be here. Right? Give it up for John Belushi. I miss you, man. I'm telling you, Saturday Night Live, that was the best set to me when the Belushi and Aykroyd and all them cats, and they started doing the Blues Brothers. That was the best. I'm an old original Star Trek guy, too, by the way. You know what I mean? Nothing like James T. Kirk. I'm about the old school stuff like he was talking about, Mo was talking about. I'm old school. Talking about Jordache. Hey, well, you know, a shout out. I just want to say something too. There's a brother that's here right now. This is my brother right here, Bruce Johnson, his lovely wife. And in 2007, I was going through a hard time, and this brother let me live in his building for rent free for an entire year. Give it up for good friends like that. I just wanted to shout out to good friends. And he's here tonight. And Mo, I didn't tell you they were church folks. How did you get all that?
I've been doing this a long time.
Anyway, I was a weird kid coming up in Oakland, California, from elementary school all the way up to high school. I was the shy kid, always sat in the back, and I was dreaming. Looking out the window, and if I didn't enjoy a subject, I would just drift off looking at, oh, shiny thing. What is that? Dream, you're nothing but a dream. I do a lot of voices, and I absorb a lot of things. I used to be babysat by Johnny Carson back in the day, when he was an hour and a half format, 11:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. I'd be watching Johnny and absorbing all these voices and stuff like that. So I say that to give you fair warning, because every now and then something will just pop out of me, I could be talking about something, all of a sudden, like, Gilbert Godfrey, hey kid, stop that. You can poke somebody's eye out like that. Of course you can't poke mine out because I'm always squinting. And I don't know why. Andy Rooney, have you ever wondered why men wear other men's pants with their names on them, like Calvin Klein? Tommy Hilfiger. I don't get it. Have you ever wondered why my voice sounds the way it does? I wonder too. So I'm on crack. Somebody say, yeah, you are on crack. Coming in here with a shirt like that. Well, I'm from California. I thought I'd bring a little Cali, sunshine, brightness, in this fall and autumn. But I say that because Whitney Houston famously did an interview with Diane Sawyer back in 2002, and Diane Sawyer addressed her crack use. And Whitney was, she was going downhill. Everybody knew that she was, using and stuff like that, and her voice sounded raspy, and she addressed her crack use, and Whitney got offended. She said, first of all, crack is cheap. I make way too much money to smoke crack. Crack is whack. And it was a famous statement by Whitney. It went viral before viral. And I can relate to that statement because as a former crack addict, I did a whole lot of whacked out things. For instance, one of the ways I used to make money is like I would go to like a Mervin's. There was a store called Mervin's, not even open anymore, and go and take a bad check and stay right under $150, get $145 worth of merchandise, and then go to another store with a receipt and return it, and they give you the money. So $145 is a great way to make money for a crack addict. That's a nice little lick right there. But every now and then you would notice that there would be a sharp checker, a teller, someone at the counter, and say, if you knew if they took that check and said, I'll be right back, it's time to make it about face and walk out the door. So this happened to me, and she said, I'll be right back. And I was like, okay. And when she wasn't back, I walked out the store. But as I was walking out, I saw there was a police car at the door, just like a piece of the front. I was like, oh my goodness, there's a police car there on to me. And so I stopped going toward the door, and I started stalling, just acting like I was buying something. I started noticing there were some security guards doing a horrible job and trying to pretend like they weren't on to me. So I see them, I see another one, I said, oh shoot, they're really on to me. So I stalling time. So I decided to walk into the dressing room, just to think. So I walked into the dressing room and I sat down. Like, man, what I'm gonna do? I'm about to go to jail again. And I looked up, and you know those ceilings where you can push those slats? You think I didn't? I went up into the ceiling and stayed there and waited for somebody to come and say, it's gotta be up in the ceiling. We saw him go in, there's no other way out, so it's gotta be there. Nope. 30 minutes went by, an hour went by, 2 hours went by, 3. I said, ooh, I guess I'm in it for the long haul. I don't have a watch. This is before cell phones. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm spending the night up here. So there was a little window, and I could see that it went dark. I'm in nighttime, so I got to calculate by the next morning. Now in the middle of the night, it's cold. I want to go down and get some of those clothes to cover up, make a bed, but I'm not sure if it's going to set off an alarm, or if there's going to be some Doberman pinchers down there, or something. So I'm too cold. I got to take a chance. So I'll go down in the middle of the night. No alarms went off, no dogs, no woo, 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 woo. start grabbing clothes. I started throwing them up. And made a bed and went to sleep in Mervin's ceiling. So I saw, hours later, I see it's dawn. It's getting lighter and lighter and lighter. Now I got to gauge and kind of like, all right, I think it's about opening time. I'm gonna take a chance to go down, make sure the store is open. So I go down and I start walking out the store, and these two guys come to the security guy and say, "Excuse me, sir, the store is closed." So I misjudged it by a little bit. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And the two security guards walked me out. So the morning security didn't know what happened last night. You see what I'm saying? So I was able to go out.